Okay, good morning everybody, or good afternoon. Aaron again. Had a little trouble uploading things to YouTube. It's taking a hell of a long time, so I'm just getting on top of that, but I thought I'd give you another look at the tank totally so you can get some idea of what's going on. So I'm sitting pretty close. I'm just using a Huawei Nexus 6P phone and just trying to keep that in focus, but this is my tank at the moment. I've had a number of saltwater tanks, but this is the one that I'm managing at the moment, and it's always a challenge to get as small as you can. So this is a 33 litre or 10 gallon, something like that, Aqua Yasha, which is supposedly an all-in-one, but it's not so much an all-in-one, and I'll show you why. Set it up as a display refugium type situation, and trying to fill it with as many kind of healthy macroalgae that I can find, and also some seahorse friendly corals as well, so finger corals, colt corals, leathers, that type of situation. I've just had my hand in there a few minutes ago, so some things are closed up, and I'll try and get a better picture of them eventually, but this is what we have at the moment. So 3 seahorses, 2 males and a female, a pipefish, which is a yarn or a JANS pipefish, and 2 chromuses, which I bought because they were on special and I was worried about them. They'll obviously have to come out. At the moment they're a little bit under an inch each, but you know, they're obviously going to outgrow the tank pretty quickly. The Yasha is kind of more of a passive flow, no real overflow. It's got some slats at the back and then the outlet over this side, and it's just a really simple all-in-one. I've got an AI Prime which is lighting the tank at the moment. Fair bit of overkill for the tank, but I like them a lot, and I've got it set to about 40% intensity to keep everything as I've got all the blues turned down, lots of red and greens, just to see if I can grow that algae a little bit better. I'll come over the back and show you what's going on. I've extended the arm length of the Prime there with some aluminium to try and get a little bit higher. I was going to grow some mangroves, but growing mangroves or collecting mangroves is illegal in Australia. They're a protected species, so trying to find them is impossible. I've taken out the skimmer that came with it, which was probably rated at about 500 litres, and a bit of stupid overkill for the tank, and just put an air-driven skimmer in there, which I'm really happy with. This is just $30, you know, like nothing at all, just a wood air stone driven skimmer, which I'm really happy with. I like to have a skimmer, and this is a really small footprint and suits me okay. Come over the back, you can see that there's no real compartments or anything in the Yasha. There are 2 compartments with a small weir. The weir is here, and this was for when the skimmer designed for these Aquamatic skimmer actually sat on that one lip of the weir and then poured in, but I've removed that, so even though it's a weir setup, the water really just travels underneath. And then we've got the return pump over here, which again is probably rated at 500 or 600 gallons an hour, which I've had to go to the electronics store and buy a power converter just so I can decrease the voltage and keep it at a reasonable amount. So there's nothing really in there. I've got down here, I've got a bag of zeovit. I had a bag of charcoal in there. Over this side I've got a bag of roaphos. And that's it. I have a chiller which I'll run again shortly. I've got a heater here. Just a heater there as well. Australia at the moment, we're in winter, and where I live in Australia it's about 20 to 24 degrees, which is perfect anyway. So I run the tank at 24 degrees. Got a small chiller, as I said, but I'll show you a picture of that. That's not hooked up at the moment, but I will hook it up in the next month or so. It's just a matter of finding enough spot to put a pump in the back to pump it out and pump it back in. This tank is tiny. I stock it heavily, but I feed heavily, and I do 100% water changes either once or twice a week. I'm new to keeping seahorses, so I want to make sure that they're well fed. So I feed heavily with brine and I feed heavily with mysis. And you may have seen a video earlier about how I feed the mysis. Anyway, I'll upload this one and we'll talk again soon. Thanks. Ciao.